Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janvallabha Jaya Girivardhari
Jai Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Vihari Jayo Gopi Janvallabha Girivardhari Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna. So very warm welcome to all of you for today's session on the Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll start our session with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeet नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. So we discussed in our previous session about the time factor, the time element. Prior to that, we discussed the 24 elements of this creation, and the time factor is the 25th element of this material creation. The 24 elements we discussed were the Panch Mahabhut, earth, water, fire, air, ether, the 5 objects of the senses, sound, touch, taste, form, sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. Then we discussed the 5 senses, the 5 Gyanendriyas or knowledge acquiring senses, which are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Or if we do it in serial order, then ears, ears for sound, then uh, eyes, ears for sound, skin for touch, eyes for form, then tongue for taste, and nose for smell. So these are 5 knowledge acquiring senses and their functions with respect to the sense objects we discussed. Then there are 5 working senses: hands, legs, speech, rectum, and genital. So it makes it 20. Then mind, intelligence, and ego. These 3 are the subtle senses, or you can say subtle energies of Krishna, and the 24th element is the contaminated consciousness. Then the 25th element is the time element, which we discussed in the previous session. According to some philosophers or according to some people, some sages, they also include Paramatma or the super soul as the 26th element. Okay, the presence of the Lord as super soul, as Paramatma, is considered as 26th element. So in this way, there are 26 elements which are present in this material creation eternally. So today we'll begin our discussion with text 16, Shloka number 16 of the 26th chapter of the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhavam paurusham prahuhu कालमेके यतो भयम् अहंकार विमूढ़स्य कर्तु प्रकृतिमीयुषः प्रभावं पौरुषं प्राहुः कालमेके यतो भयम् अहंकार विमूढ़स्य कर्तु प्रकृतिमीयुषः. Translation: the influence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is felt in the time factor, which causes fear of death due to the false ego of the deluded soul who has contacted material nature. You see. So here in this shloka, we see Bhagwan Kapil is talking about what causes the fear of death in the living entities, in the conditioned souls. So he's saying that Prabhavam Paurusham Prahuhu. Prabhavam. Prabhav means the effect. So Prabhavam Paurusham. Paurusham means the Supreme Person or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhavam Paurusham Prahuhu. Prahuhu means to which is spoken about or which is said. Okay. Kalam eke yato bhayam. Kalam eke. Kalam means time element and yato bhayam. Bhayam means fear. Fear of what? Fear of death. Ahankar vimodhasya kartu prakritim iyusha. Ahankar vimodhasya. Ahankar vimudhasya. Ahankar means false ego and vimudhasya means a person who is bewildered because of false ego. So a person who is bewildered because of false ego, kartu prakritim iyusha. He thinks that I am the doer, whereas Prakriti is actually doing everything. There is a very similar shloka in the Bhagavad Gita which talks about it. Let me show you that shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. You all can see on your screen. The 27th shloka of the 3rd chapter. You see on your screen. 27th shloka of the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. What is Lord Krishna saying here? Prakriteh kriyamanaani gunay karmani sarvashah ahankar vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. So this shloka is so similar to the shloka which we are discussing in Srimad Bhagavatam. So similar. You see in this shloka what is Lord Krishna saying? That prakriteh kriyamanani gunay karmani sarvasha. Prakriteh kriyamanani. Kriyamanani means the action which is performed. Okay. Prakriti, everything, all the actions are performed by Prakriti, Gunay Karmani. And in Prakriti, who is doing everything because of which Prakriti is acting? Gunay. Gunay means the three modes Sattva Gun, Rajogun, Tamogun. So these three modes are acting and they are, because of them, all the actions and all the activities are carried out in material nature. But ahankar vimudhatma, remember this word, all of you, remember this word, okay? Ahankar vimudhatma, kartaham iti manyate. But ahankar vimudhatma means a person is bewildered by ahankar and karta aham iti manyate, and he thinks that I am the doer, whereas everything is performed by the three modes of material nature. Okay. But because of ahankar, because of false ego, a person thinks that he is doing everything, whereas everything is performed by the three modes of material nature. Material nature. Now let us come back to the shloka that we were discussing in Srimad Bhagavatam. Exactly the same thing is told here by Bhagwan Kapil also. You see on your screen. Can you see this word? Ahankar vimudhasya, the second sentence. Ahankar vimudhasya kartu prakriti miyushah. Under the influence of ahankar. Now ahankar is false ego. Why false ego? Because of contaminated consciousness. If you remember, we discussed in the one of our previous sessions that because of contaminated consciousness, right? Chittasya, it is called. Chittasya means consciousness, and ashuddha chittasya is called contaminated consciousness. So because of contaminated consciousness, we tend to think that I am not this, I am this body. So this, and that is called false ego. To say that I am this body is called false ego. So because of contaminated consciousness, a person develops false ego. And under the influence of false ego, he starts thinking that I am this body. And because he is thinking that I am this body, now body is temporary. So there is fear of death because he is identifying himself with the body. Whereas who is the doer? Who is performing all the activities in this material creation? The three modes. The three modes are doing everything. If you remember, I gave you this example that once you are in an ocean, you will be tossed by the waves of the ocean up and down, up and down, up and down continuously. You will be constantly tossed by the waves of the ocean. Sometimes you will go up, sometimes you will go down. Isn't it? So the waves of the ocean represent the three modes. Sometimes a person is under the influence of Sattva Guna, sometimes he is under the influence of Rajoguna, and sometimes he is under the influence of Tamoguna. Now, once a person falls in the ocean, he has no control. Everything is performed by the waves of the ocean, and a person has to simply experience. He has to simply experience the waves of the ocean. We are not material beings with spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings with material experience. So basically, we are experiencing the three modes. So that experience of the three modes creates the fear of death. So here in this shloka, Bhagavan Kapil is saying, Prabhavam Paurusham Prahu Kalam Eke Yato Bhayam. So because a person is Ahankar Vimudhasya, because a person is under the influence of false ego is because of contaminated consciousness. Consciousness becomes contaminated because of avidya shakti of the Lord. Remember? So consciousness becomes contaminated, a person forgets Krishna, he forgets himself, and he develops false ego. He starts falsely identifying himself with the body. Now, because he is thinking he is this body, and body has to die. Now, we never die. We are eternal beings. We are eternal. We are immortals. But the body dies. Isn't it? Now, matter is the creation of spirit. Matter is created because of spirit. Everything material. So, this body is manifest because of the presence of spirit soul. Isn't it? The body grows, the body constantly changes because of the presence of the spirit soul. As soon as the spirit soul leaves the body stops all activities. So, body is a manifestation because of the presence of the spirit soul. Body is basically a product of the spirit soul, Jivatma. So, now this body is basically the secondary identification. It's not real identity, it's secondary identity. The primary identity of every living entity is that we are not this body, we are a spirit soul. So when a person starts to identify himself with the secondary identity, that's when that fear of death comes. And why this fear of death comes? Because of, you see here, Prabhavam Paurusham Prahu Kalam Eke, Kalam, because of time element. In the Bhagavad Gita, Let me show you that shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. Who is time? Let us see. You can see on your screen. Shloka, 11th chapter, 32nd shloka. You can see on your screen. What is Krishna saying here in the Bhagavad Gita in the 11th chapter, the 32nd shloka? What is he saying? You see, Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Lord Krishna, he starts to speak in the 11th chapter, the 32nd shloka. What is he saying? Kalosmi lokakshaya krit pravriddho lokan samahartum iha pravrittah ऋतेपि त्वाम न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे येव स्थितः प्रत्यनीकेषु योधाः. So what is Lord Krishna saying here? Kalosmi, Arjun, I am that time. I am time. Lok akshaya krit pravriddho. Lok kshaya. Kshaya means destruction. Lok means this whole universe. So I am time who destroys everything in the universe. Lokan samahartum iha pravrittah. And I am responsible for samahartum, for destruction of this whole creation. You see? Lord Krishna said, I am time who engages everyone and I am the cause of creation and destruction of all planetary systems in the universe. You see? Except for you 5 Pandavas, all these warriors in both rival armies will be killed in the battle. You see? So what is Lord Krishna saying here? That Arjun, I am time element. I am the creator and destructor of this whole creation. And except you 5 Pandavas, everyone will be killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. What does it mean? In the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna is saying this, what does it mean? What do we understand by all these things? That time is Krishna himself. Time is a manifestation of Krishna's potency. Its time element is basically an expansion of Krishna. And Krishna is saying that Arjun, I am time who destroys. Because of me, everything is created and destroyed in this whole creation. And except you 5 Pandavas, everyone will be killed. So what does it mean? That the 5 Pandavas, they are pure devotees of Krishna. So if a person is not a devotee of Krishna, they cannot be saved from the wrath of death. So fear of death is present only in non-devotees. Those who are devotees of Krishna, they do not fear death. Why? Because, you see, destruction will be there of the body. But the soul is eternal. We all know that we are actually immortals. Body will die one day, but we never die. So a devotee knows that. Just like I gave example, many times I give example of a cat. A cat carries its kitten in its mouth. And the cat, when the cat kills a rat, the cat carries the rat also in its mouth only. Now for the rat, the mouth of the cat is death personified. But for the kittens, cat's mouth is love of the mother. It represents mother's love, isn't it? So similarly, For non-devotees, Krishna is present as destructive form of death at the end of their life. But for those who are pure devotees of Krishna, for them, they see death as Krishna's love. That's why I have seen many devotees dying. So whenever devotees die, you will see them smiling at the time of death. When non-devotees die, they fear death. They never smile. Their face will be uh, very awkward face they'll make while dying. Why? Because they see the cruel form of Krishna in the form of death. But when devotees die, they see the beautiful form of Krishna in the form of death. They know that they are going back to Krishna after this life. Non-devotees, they do not know what will happen to them at the time of death. They don't know what will be their fate. But devotees know that we are going back to Krishna. So they are excited for death. And that's why they don't fear death. Whereas, because death is as sure as death, one day everyone has to die, isn't it? So devotees never fear death because they know that Krishna, he is present as time element, and one day everyone has to die, they have to leave the body. But after leaving the body, devotees are going back to Krishna and non-devotees are going to be in this material world and keep taking birth again and again in lower species. So that is the fear of death which is present in everyone. And devotees are always fearless. They don't fear death. Now text 17, shloka number 17. प्रकृतेर्गुण साम्यस्य निर्विशेषस्य मानवी चेष्टा यतः स भगवान् काल इत्युपलक्षितः प्रकृतेर्गुण साम्यस्य निर्विशेषस्य मानवी चेष्टा यतः स भगवान् काल इत्युपलक्षितः. Translation: My dear mother, O daughter of Swayambhuva Manu, the time factor, as I have explained, is the supreme personality of Godhead from whom the creation begins as a result of the agitation of the neutral, unmanifested nature. You see. So what is Bhagavan Kapil saying here? That Prakritir Guna Samyasya. Prakritir Guna Samya. Good Samya. Guna means the three modes. Samya means the intervention, or you can say the interaction. Okay. Prakriter means this material nature. The three modes interact with each other. Nirvisheshasya Manavi. Manavi means Bhagavan Kapil, he is addressing Mother Devahuti. She is the daughter of Manu. So that's why she is called as Manavi. We are called Manav because of Swayambhuva Manu, because we are all descendants of Manu. That's why we are called Manav. So that's why Manavi means descendant or daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. So Bhagavan Kapil is saying that Nirvisheshasya. Vishesh means quality. Okay. Quality means the three modes. Okay. Nirvishesh means no quality or beyond the qualities. So what is Nirvisheshasya? Nirvisheshasya is Brahma. Krishna's effulgence, Krishna's prominent energy, Krishna's potent energy is Brahma, or the effulgence or the energy which emanates from Krishna's body, that is called Brahma Jyoti or Brahma. So Brahma is called Nirvisheshasya. Why? Because Brahma is not influenced by the three qualities or the three modes. So Nirvishesh means Brahma, and Nirvisheshasya means from Brahma, from the energy of Krishna or from Brahma, Guna Samyasya. This Prakritir Guna Samyasya. This Prakriti with the three modes is created, is manifested. Okay. Cheshta Yata Sa Bhagavan. So the three modes, along with material nature, were created from the energy of Krishna, which is Brahman. Then Cheshta Yataha. Cheshta means endeavor. So who endeavored? Who brought about the movement in this material nature? Because matter is inert. Matter cannot move on its own. Matter requires spirit to move it, isn't it? So now to move this material energy, you see, it is mentioned. Cheshta Yata Sa Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, or who is expansion of Krishna. So Cheshta Yata Sa Bhagavan. So Bhagavan or the Supreme Lord, he Cheshta Yata, he endeavored, he actually entered into this material energy. Kala ityupalakshitaha. And the way he entered into this material energy, that aspect of the Lord is Kal, time element. Okay. So, material nature is inert. It cannot move on its own. That is what is mentioned here. Nirvisheshasya. Nirvisheshasya is Brahma, the energy of Krishna, Brahman. From Nirvishesha, from Brahman came out, or from Brahman got manifest Prakriti. Prakriti is a manifestation from Brahman, isn't it? Now, along with this Prakriti, when it got manifest, it had the three modes. The three modes were present in Prakriti, but they were not moving, they were not interacting with each other. So the three modes start interacting with each other, because until and unless the three modes start interacting, matter cannot move. So what was the reason because of which the three modes started movement, or the three modes started to interact with each other? So that interaction of the three modes happens because of time. You see, Kala iti upalakshita. Time. So suppose if you want to cook halwa, or if you want to cook a sweet, so you mix. Suppose if you want to cook sweet rice, so sweet rice is very tasty. It is made from milk and rice, and then you add sugar. So you pour milk, then you pour rice, and then you add sugar. Okay. And then you place it in a, all that will be contained in a vessel. So this vessel represents this whole material energy. Milk, rice, and sugar represent the three modes. So, okay, now you have taken the vessel and you have placed it on fire, and you have put all the elements, milk, sugar, and rice. But then you need a spoon to stir it, isn't it? To move the whole thing. If you don't move the whole thing, can you cook anything? No, it will all get burnt. So similarly, the stirring element, or you can say the element which moves everything, is the time element. It's the time element, and time element is expansion of Krishna. So Krishna expands as time element, and when he enters into this material energy as time element, then this whole material energy along with the three modes start interacting with each other. You see? So just like another example we can take, a woman's body has all the characteristics to basically grow the body, all the to nurture the body, to basically maintain the body. So all these facilities are present in the womb of the mother. But until unless the father impregnates the mother, mother's womb cannot have the child. कर्मणा दैव नेत्रेण जंतुर्देहोपपत्तये स्त्रियः प्रविष्ट उदरम पुंसोरेतः कणाश्रय. So the spirit soul takes shelter of the semen of the father, and the father impregnates the spirit soul within the mother's womb, and then mother womb has all the ingredients to create the body. But impregnation has to be done by the father. Similarly, this material nature has all the ingredients. We discussed about the 26 elements, 25 elements, and the 26th element is the super soul or Paramatma. So we discussed about 25 elements and predominantly 24 elements. So all these 24 elements are present in the material energy. But until unless the Lord enters into this material energy as time element, there is no movement. So the Supreme Lord, he impregnates this material energy, just like a father impregnates the mother. So the Supreme Lord, he impregnates this material energy, and that form of the Lord, or that expansion of the Lord, because of whom this material energy gets pregnant or impregnated, is time element. That's why the Supreme Lord is also called as Mahakal. Mahakal means the greater time, the time factor. Okay. Now text 18, shloka number 18. Antah purusha rupena kala rupena yo bahihi samanvetyesha sattvanam bhagavanatma mayaya. Antah purusha rupena kala rupena yo bahihi samanvetyesha sattvanam bhagavanatma mayaya. Translation: by exhibiting his potencies, the Supreme Personality of Godhead adjusts all these different elements, keeping himself within as the super soul and without as time. You see, very beautiful shloka. So what is Bhagavan Kapil saying here? That antah means inside, within. Purusha rupena. Purusha means the Supreme Lord. Rupena means form. Antah purusha rupena. Remember this, okay? We'll discuss about it. Then he says, Kala rupena yo bahihi. Bahihi means externally. Antah means internally. So internally, Purusha rupena. Internally, the Supreme Lord is present in the form of Purusha, as Purusha, okay? And externally, the Supreme Lord is present as Kala Rupena, as time. Okay. Samanvetyesha Sattvanam. Samanveti. In this way. So, Bhagavan Kapil is saying, in this way, the Lord exists in all the living entities. Bhagavan Atma Mayaya. Bhagavan means Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Atma Mayaya. Atma Mayaya means Yog Maya. Atma means his own potency. So, which is the original potency of Krishna? Yog Maya, the internal potency of Krishna. So, Krishna, he is present through his potencies in different forms or in different ways. He manifests his potencies, his internal potency. And here Bhagavan Kapil is talking about two ways in which Krishna is present in this material energy and how his potencies, his internal potency manifests Lord Krishna. Because of his internal potencies, the Lord manifests in two ways in this material creation. Internally, he is present as Purusha Rupena. You see, Antah Purusha Rupena. So, within our body, the Lord is present as Paramatma, the Super Soul. In Bhagavad Gita, the 15th chapter, the 15th shloka, Lord Krishna talks about it. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. In the 15th chapter, the 15th shloka, Lord Krishna talks about it. What does he say? That Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. That Arjun, I am present within every living entity as Paramatma. Okay. And in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the 61st shloka, Lord Krishna says, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridesha arjuna tishtati. You see, we need to know the connection of the verses of the Bhagavad Gita also. So in the 15th chapter, the 15th shloka, Lord Krishna says that Sarvasya cha aham hridi sannivishto. I am present in every living entity as Paramatma, within everyone's body. Okay. Then in the 18th chapter, the 61st shloka, Lord Krishna says that Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridesha arjuna tishtati. Where is Krishna present in our body? Hridesha, within the heart. In every person's heart, in every living entity's heart, Krishna is present as Paramatma, as Super Soul. Where are we present in the body? Heart. Spirit soul is also present within the heart. And Paramatma, Krishna is also present within the heart. So two personalities are living within the body. In the 13th chapter, the 23rd shloka, Krishna talks about it. Upadrishta anumantacha. Krishna is Upadrishta, he is the witnesser, and Anubanta, he is the sanctioner. He witnesses and he sanctions. This change of bodies that we see, sometimes a person becomes a human being, a spirit soul. Sometimes he takes up the body of a human being. Sometimes he takes up the body of a lower species, sometimes of a higher species. So how all these things happen? Who is witnessing all the activities because of which reactions come? So actions and reactions, we perform actions, but the reactions that we receive is because of the presence of Paramatma, the Super Soul within the heart. So he is the witnesser and he is the sanctioner. He witnesses our activities and based on the activities he sanctions. Anumanta Upadrishta. Upadrishta means witnesser and Anumanta means sanctioner. Okay. So Antah Purusha Rupena. So Krishna is present within our body, not only our body, within every living entity's body as super soul Paramatma. And outside our body, outside living entity's body, Krishna is present as Kala Rupena, as time. Bahihi means externally. So within our body, Krishna is present as Paramatma, super soul, and outside our body, Krishna is present as time element. Okay. So when we decide that I want to lift my hand, what happens? Suppose I decide that now I want to lift my hand. So what happens? Because Krishna is present within the heart as Paramatma, as super soul, and he is present in every atom also as Vishnu, as Lord Vishnu. Right? So when we desire that I want to lift my hand, the Lord within the heart, he first witnesses that, oh, this living entity has desired to lift his hand. Then because Krishna is, he's conscious of every atom, he sanctions. But before sanctioning, he first witnesses our desire. Okay. And if we are, if our karma permits, if our action and reaction, if it permits, because a plant also desires to lift the hand, but can plant lift its hand? Because plants have no hands. Can plants move? No. They desire to move, but they cannot. Why? Because karma does not permit. Actions and reactions do not permit. So witnesser and sanctioner. So Lord witnesses our desire, but sanctions based on karma. That is called law of karma. Law of karma is under Krishna's control. He controls everything. That is why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter, the 65th shloka, 66th shloka, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Give up everything and surrender unto me only. Only me. Surrender unto me only, no one else. Then what will happen? I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Because everything is in Krishna's control. Only he can deliver us from all sinful reactions. So if our sinful reactions do not permit, we cannot lift our hand. If sinful reactions, if our action and reactions permit, then we can lift our hand. Right? So this is how, but all this happens in such a quick time. It happens so quickly, it looks as if I desired and I lifted my hand. But actually, it is all happening in the background. Krishna is doing everything. We can only desire. Everything else is performed by this material energy and Krishna in the form of time element, along with actions and reactions. So many things are combined together. Okay. So ultimately, the sum and substance of everything is that we have to surrender to Krishna. We have to surrender to Krishna. And how do we surrender to Krishna? Because as of now, we cannot hear Paramatma. The Lord is present within the heart as Paramatma, but can we hear him? No. Why? Because of contaminated consciousness and false ego. So because we are not able to hear Krishna, because we are not able to hear Krishna right now as Paramatma. So Krishna manifests his presence in the form of spiritual master. So the words of the spiritual master, the words of Guru is non-different from Krishna. Right? In our prayers, it is said, Sakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastra Uktas Tatha Bhavyate Eva Sadbhi. Sakshad Haritvena. The spiritual master is treated as good as Hari. His words are non-different from Krishna because he is completely in line with Krishna. Krishna has made him his instrument. Spiritual master is the agent of Krishna. And that is why he has to be treated just like Krishna, just like God. So for a disciple, the words of Guru, the words of spiritual master are non-different from Krishna. Right? So internally, Krishna is present as Paramatma. But because we are not able to listen to Paramatma, that same Paramatma manifests himself outside as spiritual master. That's why Nitya Siddha. Nitya Siddha means they are the representatives of Krishna who are sent into this material world to deliver conditioned souls. Who is Guru? Who is the spiritual master? He is sent by Krishna. An ordinary person cannot deliver people, cannot transform people's heart. Only when a person is empowered, only when he is sent by Krishna for his mission, only then. So that's how we surrender to the Lord. The only option in this material world is to surrender to Krishna. And we surrender to Krishna by surrendering to Guru, by surrendering to the spiritual master. Because he is the mercy representative of Krishna. Spiritual master is very kind-hearted, very loving towards his disciples. He is mercy representation of Krishna. That is why in the Vedic scriptures it is said that pure devotees of Krishna are more merciful than Krishna. Right? So the way we surrender to Paramatma is by surrendering to Guru. Because Guru is the external manifestation of Paramatma. Guru's words are non-different from Paramatma. So that is what we are seeing here, that Krishna, he is present within our body in the form of Paramatma, and externally he is present as time factor, time element. And that's how he is Anumanta Upadrishta. He is witnesser as well as sanctioner. But all these things are because of, all these things are present until unless we surrender to Krishna. Once we surrender to Krishna, how do we surrender to Krishna? By surrendering to Guru. So once we surrender to the spiritual master, then Krishna takes charge of our life. Although he is Anumanta and Upadrishta, but he is also our original father. He is the father of all the living entities. So he is very, Krishna is, he loves all of us. That's why he sends a spiritual master. That's why he sends his representatives to act as Guru. Why? Because Krishna loves us. He wants us back. We don't want to go back, but Krishna wants us back. So that is why the only option in this material world is to surrender to Krishna. That's how we become liberated from this material existence. So that's what we are seeing here in these shlokas. Those who are new to the channel can subscribe. All of you can like, comment, share. We'll stop here. We'll continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.